doing when the a is not 1? Okay, so look. Ax squared plus bx plus c. A is 3, b is negative 26, c is positive 35. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Your first step is 1, is there a GCF? Okay, we're not here yet, so just kind of skip that. That's a whole nother animal. Okay, you're going to go a times c, and then the third step is we're going to do the magic x, but we're going to put a times c as the top and b as the bottom. Okay, so let's do that. A is 3, c is 35, 3 times 35 is 105, 105. So second step is complete. You always multiply the a times the c value, always. That's 105. Next, go ahead and do your magic x, or the diamond method. And what's my b value? Negative 26. Okay, now this is where you have to be good with your numbers or comfortable with the calculator so that you can start finding your values. Okay, I'm going to write a bit. I'm going to try and find all the possibilities of getting 105. Okay, what's 105 divided by 1?
105.
Yes. Okay, 105 divided by 2. It's a fraction, so I don't want that. What's 105 divided by 3? 3 and 35. And remember, you're trying to get a negative 26 off those two numbers. 105 divided by 4. Nope. 105 divided by 5. 5 and 21. 105 divided by 6. And once you get your two numbers, you guys are done. I'm just going to keep going. Do you guys see it yet?
Yes.
Where? Yeah. Perfect.
What's going on? I'm kind of confused.
It's okay. We're going to get there.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. These are the 4 possibilities of getting 105 off of the product of two values. 1 times 105, but remember, this is a summation or subtraction. If I add, it's 106. If I subtract, it's 104. Look at 3 and 35. 3 times 35 gives me 105. If I add them, I get 38. If I subtract, I get 32. So that's a no, right? So these two are no's. 5 and 21. If I add them, what do I get? 26. And that's what I need. Right? Okay, so these two numbers are your winner. And so 5, and it doesn't matter which one goes first. Okay, 5 and 21. Okay, so now look at the sign. 105 is positive. 5 and 21, what are they? Positive or negative? Because a b value is a negative number. The only way you get a negative summation is if you have a value that has a negative. But 105 is positive. But how do you get a product? A negative times a negative will give me a positive number. And if I add two negatives, I will get a negative summation, right? So that means these two have to be negative because this one is negative. But this is positive because it's negative times negative, right? You also have to pay attention to your signs, okay? One little detail and your answer's like trash. Okay, so now what do you do with the fourth? So once you find your values, and this is usually where you guys can do really well, and this is now it gets weird. Joey, guys, put it away. Okay, you guys have 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. You're going to rewrite it, the quadratic, as 4 terms, and you're going to use these two numbers to write the 4 terms. They're going to replace the bx term. Okay, so what does that mean? 3x squared, I'm going to write the first term. I'm going to write the last term. But in place of negative 22x, I'm putting these two, negative 5 and negative 21, and I'm replacing it with the 26. So negative 21x minus 5x plus 35. So now I made 3 terms become 4 terms by replacing the negative 26 by these 2. So the first and the last come down. The middle, the B term, gets replaced by your 2 numbers. Okay, now you guys have to get good with the 4 terms. You're going to split it. So you're going to get 2 terms, split it in 2 terms, and you're going to end up GCF, which is greatest common factor. So now I split, and that's why you need to replace the 3 to do a 4, because you can't split 3 terms. You can split 4, but not 3. Okay, so I'm going to GCF here, and I'm going to GCF here. So parentheses, because I got to pull out what's in common. Okay, look at 3 and 21. What number divides into 3 and 21? 7. No, small, the other one. You guys are thinking of like 3 times 7 gives me 21. But what number can I divide into? I can't divide 7 into 3. 3. A 3 can come out, right? Because what's 3 divided by 3? 1. What's 21 divided by 3? 7, right? Okay. Now look at your x's. I have 2 x's and I have 1 x. Smallest wins. How many x's can I remove that both of these terms can give? 1, right, because I can't give 2 because this only has 1, right? Okay, so now look at it. If I took 1x away and there were 2 here, there's 1 left. I had 1x, I took it out, there's none left. So really you have, I know I wrote 1x minus 7, but eventually over here I'm going to write x plus 7. All right, you know you GCF correctly because what's 3x times x? 3x squared. What's 3x times negative 7? Negative 21x. All right, these always have to match. Always. Always, always, always. If they are ever different, you did something wrong. So x minus 7, x minus 7. They always have to match. Okay, so what do I GCF out of negative 5 and 35?
5.
Okay, but if this term is negative, you always take it out. So what's negative 5 times x? Negative 5x. What's negative 5 times negative 7? Positive 35. Okay, so now last step, you guys. All right, your last step is the 2. You're going to now form your binomials. Okay, so now what happens is the repetitive one becomes one binomial, x minus 7. And the other one, what color haven't I used? Is see how you GCF'd? That's your other binomial. 3x minus 5, and your check is, if you were to FOIL it out, you would get exactly that 3x squared minus 20x plus 35. Okay, I took a really long time because I did notes. Some of you guys do this, once you learn it, you do it really quickly. You skip steps because you know what you're doing. But this is factoring by grouping. It's non-negotiable. You have to do it on the test. If you guys have a friend or a parent and they try and show you snowflake, you can't do it on a test or a quiz because it doesn't really teach you the GCF factoring type. So that's like the shortcut that nobody allows in school. Okay. Yeah, it's long, huh? That's why I said, if you guys could get up to here, and then so usually students can do A times C, you can form your diamond, you can find the 2 numbers. It's just then students kind of mess up where they're like, wait, which 4 do I put in? Because sometimes students will leave off the last term. And then obviously the GCF, normally there's some little mistake here, but if you can get to here, you're halfway there. Over time, you'll get more, okay? You don't have to master in a day, okay? All right, give, what was this? 25. Give 26 a try, but I'll then solve it, but I won't talk as much, but I'll still record it, okay? All right, I'll leave.